So, are you already thinking about your New Year's resolution for 2018? Haven't you thought about it yet? Then let me give you something to think about in making 2018 your year. Hey, what's going on, you guys? My name's Cheese and I'm back again for another video. Today we'll be talking about New Year's resolution in the context of personal development. Every new year I do this. I always go into the hype of making resolutions, building plans, and then later on just to discover that I failed at it once again. This is a vicious cycle year on year. I bet that you also want to get out of that system. And I think the main reason why we fail at resolutions is that we don't have the correct mindset when we build them. 2017 was my year for self-discovery and personal development. And as you may know, I have made a big move to step out of my comfort zone and made a conscious decision to change my life for the better. Let me just establish that the things that I'm about to share are not specific answers, but rather are things I learned that helped me drive my personal development, which I will also be using to build my 2018 goals and also in the hopes of helping you along the way. Teka, Rachel. So let's start with my first point. Begin with a larger vision of yourself. The biggest question we ask ourselves when we think about personal development is, where do we start? How do I begin? And these questions should be at the epicenter of your mindset when building your goals. This will set you a realization of where you are now and where you want to go. Les Brown once quoted that people don't do what they know in life, but they always operate in the context of the vision on what they have of themselves. This simply means that when we start asking ourselves, how do we start? Where do we begin? The normal fallback for us of thinking is, what do I want to become? And that is not entirely bad. But always remember that we have to consider that this is a two-pronged approach, meaning we always have to consider what we have and what's my vision of myself. And the point I want to establish is, for you to make an effective resolution, you have to create a larger vision of yourself, not only knowing what you want to become, but as well as combine that of what you are now. Let me give you an example. I started to hop on the YouTube track years back, and this is not the first time that I tried making a YouTube channel, and I tanked a lot of times. But mainly because I got into it with the wrong mindset. I made videos because of the viewer counts, the money that I could make, and to become a YouTube celebrity. Most of which was built on the vision that I wanted to become of myself. Obviously, what happened was it didn't work out for me. I started to get demotivated. I feel bad that every time that I'm gonna be uploading a video, nobody is viewing it, and I was not meeting my goals. And soon enough, I found myself in a rut that eventually made me quit YouTube. And this is what happens when we don't have the correct mindset when we start our goals. Yes, it's okay to have a vision of where you want to go. You always have to start making your goals from where you are now. By doing this, you're not demotivating yourself by setting up so high standards from where you are now and where you want to become. Because let's be honest, nobody becomes a YouTube celebrity overnight. So second point, don't wait for your ducks to line up. Start now. So when was the last time you had a stellar idea and you had to talk yourself out of it? The biggest critic we have in life is actually ourselves. Most of the time, when we start talking about our goals, our inner conversations always kicks in.
You don't have money to start a business. You don't have a college education. You can't get that job.
You are a nobody. Nobody wants you in YouTube. And nobody...
So does this sound familiar? Sometimes in life, the best way to get what you want is to take the first step. When I decided to work abroad, you would not imagine the conversations I had with myself. A lot of times it was really discouraging. I was in a big standstill. I had a lot of worries about financials, my living conditions, my job, so on and so forth. The conversations that I had with myself was so frightening, I did not even take a step to inquire about it. But looking back at it now, I'm just so glad that I pushed myself in making that decision. And still, don't get me wrong, the first step is still hard, and it gets harder when it gets moving. But trust me, you will thank yourself one day for taking that first step. And always remember this, that a lot of times in life, we don't have to figure things out. Sometimes there are things that we just have to figure out along the way. Okay, so third point is stop, reevaluate, adjust, and then proceed. So we did the first step. We now have a larger vision of ourselves. We are now moving our goal. And then suddenly, life kicks in. It just hits us. There are barriers, distractions, difficulties. These things happen and these are inevitable. Murphy's Law states that if anything can go wrong, it will go wrong. So expect it. That's just how life is. We just have to expect that things will not go our way. So if it does happen, what do? Simple. Stop, reevaluate, adjust, and then proceed. Remember, things will always get difficult no matter what your goal is. If we keep stopping at obstacles, we're not going to be able to move forward. So what do? We need to reevaluate where we are, what are the obstacles, adjust our plans, and then just keep moving forward. And finally, my last point is make a commitment to be happy. The biggest thing that I've learned in the past years is that life is going to be difficult. Things will always not go along our way. We always worry about our future too much that we don't get to live our present. A wise master once said,
"You are too concerned with what was and what will be." There's a saying, yesterday is history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. That is why it is called the present.
So don't be serious, you guys. Whatever happens, always make a commitment to be happy. Find the littlest thing that would make you smile, that would make you laugh, and just be at the present. Because the biggest thing that scares the hell out of me is regret. Regret that we don't live at the moment. We don't get to enjoy what we work for, what we think for of us, ourselves in the future. Okay, so those are the things that I want to share with you, and I'll be cutting the video here for now. We definitely just don't want to make the video really long, but I do hope that this video will help you out in 2018. How about you? What are your thoughts about it? What are the things that you'd like to share that help you make your 2018 goals? I'd really like to hear your thoughts about it, so please leave a comment down below. That's all the time that I have for now. So if you're new here to the channel, I'm a content creator for tech, video games, and life as we know it. If you like what you're seeing in the channel, please watch my other videos here. Let me know on the comments as well of what are the other videos that you'd like to see on the channel. Thank you so much, guys, for making 2017 such a great year. Looking forward to spend 2018 with you. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy New Year. This is Cheese signing off.